Hello, dear children. I welcome you all to today's English class. Children, just a glance at this book in my hands must have given you a fair idea of what we are going to do today. Very right. It's story time. And we are going to read an interesting story from the book Treasure Trove. So children, it's a pleasure reading session. And side by side, do keep a track of the new words that we come across while reading the story. Also, do pay attention to the reading part of it. That is, the pronunciation of words and the fluency with which we read. Right, children? They are all very, very important. So, before we begin the story, tell me one thing. And you have to be very frank. Children, have you ever told a lie? Or have you ever hidden something from your parents or maybe your teacher or some other elder? Don't worry. I know you all are very nice, decent and good children. You must not have ever done that in your life. But with some of you, sometime it might have happened that you wouldn't have told the truth to your parents or your teacher to get something. But is that right? Let's see and find out what happens in our story. So children, the story that we are going to read today is The Emperor and the Seed. I'm sure you'll enjoy the story. So let's get started. First of all, tell me, do you know what does a seed mean? What is a seed? Yes, children, seed is the small, hard part of a plant from which a new plant of the same kind can grow. You must have seen seeds in apple fruit, or maybe in orange. Yes? Small seeds are there, na? So, a seed helps to grow a new plant. And what is the seed doing with the emperor? Let's find out. So, the story starts as, once there was an emperor who was growing old and knew it was time to choose his successor. Children, who is an emperor? Very good. We all know emperor means the ruler or the king. One who rules the kingdom is an emperor. He was growing old. Growing old means he was aging. Yes, as everybody grows old, you also with your age you grow old. So the emperor was growing old and he knew that it was time to choose. Choose means to select his successor. Now what does successor mean? This might be a new word for you. Successor. Children, a successor is a person that succeeds another. That means comes after another. For example, after a king, there has to be a new king. So, the new king is the successor of the old king. Right? Successor means one who comes after another. Right, children? So, as the emperor was growing old, he knew that it was time to choose his successor. Successor means the new king. Instead of choosing one of his assistants or children, he decided to do something different. Okay. Instead of means in place of. In place of choosing means selecting. So in place of selecting one of his assistants means children, assistant means helper, one who assists, right? Or children. Generally children, you must have seen after a king, his son, generally the elder son becomes the new king. Or somebody in the kingdom of the king becomes the new king. So, but this king, he thought of doing something different. Decided means he made up his mind that he'll not choose the next king from one of his assistants or children. He thought of doing something different. What did he do? Let's find out. He invited all the young people in the kingdom one day. He said, "It is time for me to step down and appoint the next emperor. I have decided to choose one amongst you." Okay, so that is what he thought. What did he do? He invited all the young people in the kingdom. One day, what did he do? He invited all the young people in the kingdom and he told them that it is time for me to step down. Step down means kind of retire. So when one withdraws or resigns from an important position, that is called stepping down. And appoint the next emperor. Appoint means to choose the next emperor. I have decided to choose one amongst you. So he told that I have decided that now I'll retire and I'll select a new king, and what I have decided is to choose one from you people. Amongst you means out of all of you, one person would be the next king. Okay. So that was the king's plan, to choose a new king, the next king from the people of his kingdom. The emperor's children and all the people were shocked at the announcement. Yes, definitely they would be shocked, because that had never ever happened before. Shocked means, children, shocked means to feel surprised and upset. Right? When you're not happy about something, when you're surprised and upset at the same time, that is called shocked. Right? So the children because they were expecting that without doing any extra effort, they will become the next king. But the emperor's decision put them in a situation of shock. So they were shocked at the announcement. Announcement, children, means children, when somebody announces something, that means he is declaring something. He is making a public statement about a fact. So they were shocked at the announcement. But the emperor continued, "I am going to give each one of you a seat today. Just one seat, one person. It is a special seat. I want you to go home, plant the seed, water it, and take good care of it. 6 months from today, come back to my palace with what you have grown with the seed. I will judge the plants that you bring over and decide who should be the next emperor of the kingdom. Okay, that was his plan. What did he tell? Though everybody was shocked, but he continued. Continued means he kept on speaking. So he elaborated, he explained his plan. He told, I am going to give each one of you a seed today. That he will give one seed to each one of the persons standing over there. So all the young people from the kingdom had come, they had gathered. So he told them that each one of you will get a seed today. Just one seed per person. Per person means one person is going to get one seed. Then he told, it is a special seed. Special seed. Special means something that is different from what is usual. Something that is unique, uncommon. There is something special about the seed. He told that I want you to go home, plant the seed, water it, and take good care of it. He said that he wants each one of them to go back to their homes, plant the seed, then water it and take good care of it. Yes, children, we all know that whenever we want to grow something, we have to put all our hearts in that. It's not like that we have got a seed and we'll put it in the soil and it will grow. No, it requires proper care and attention. So that is what he told them, that you have to water it and take good care of it. Right, children? So 6 months from today, come back to my palace with what you have grown with the seed. So he told that you can come back after, you have to come back after 6 months. So he gave an equal amount of time to everyone. He said that you have to come back after 6 months and with what you have grown with the seed, and you have to show me what you have grown with the seed. I will judge the plants that you bring over and decide who should be the next emperor of the kingdom. He said, I'll judge. Judge means to form an opinion or conclusion about something, right? I'll decide after looking at your plants. Plants that you bring over. Bring over means to take something from one place to another, right? So the plants would definitely be in the homes of the people who were taking the seeds. So from there, they have to bring their pots back to the palace. And depending on what they have grown, what do they bring, the king is going to decide who would be the next emperor of the kingdom. Let's move on further. Among the gathered crowd was a poor boy named Tarun, who also received one seed. Among the gathered crowd means children, a large group of people who have gathered together. Gathered means to come together, to meet, to assemble. So the people who had gathered over there, amongst them was a poor boy named Tarun. What was the name of the boy? Tarun. He also received one seed. Received means he also got one seed. He rushed home and excitedly told his mother about the emperor's announcement. He rushed home. Rushed means? Yes, children, what does rushing home mean? Rushing home means when you go to your home quickly, right, without wasting any time. So he rushed home quickly and excitedly. Excitedly means in a very enthusiastic and eager manner. Eager means when you don't want to waste any time and you want to tell something to somebody. So that means you are doing it eagerly. So excitedly he told his mother, full of excitement, he told his mother about the emperor's announcement. So what the emperor had announced, he quickly told his mother about it. She helped him arrange a pot and some fertile soil, and Tarun sowed the seed. Yes, children, that happens with all of us. Whenever, remember the time we used to be in school, whenever teacher used to make an announcement that there is a competition, then what do? As soon as you reach your home, you tell your parents, especially your mothers, about it. Because they are the ones whom you expect to help you. Right? That they'll help you in your project or whatever work you have been given by the school for a competition. So, this was also kind of a competition. And as it has been told, poor boy. So, the boy was poor. So, for a person who is poor, there was a chance of becoming the next king. And that was something really unbelievable. So he wanted to put all his efforts into it. Because there was no other way to become rich. He thought that this is the best chance, this is the best opportunity, I must grab it. So in the same way, his mother also, she helped him arrange for a pot and put some fertile soil. Fertile means a soil that is good for growing crops and plants. So he put some fertile soil and Tarun sowed the seed. Finally, Tarun, he sowed the seed. He watered it carefully every day and checked it regularly to see if it had sprouted. So he watered it carefully. Carefully means with care, in a manner to avoid any mistakes or any harm. So he watered it very carefully and every day he did it on a daily basis and checked it regularly. Regularly means at regular intervals of time. So he checked it regularly to see if it had sprouted. Sprouted means if it has produced shoots or if it had started to grow. After about a month, some of the young men started to talk about their seedling that had begun to grow from that seed. Yes, time passed by, and after a month's time, how much time had they been given? Very good, 6 months. And after about a month means almost 1 month passed, some of the young men started to talk about their seedling. Seedling is a young small plant that is raised from a seed. That raises from a seed is called a seedling. That had begun means started to grow from that seed. So people started talking about their plants that were growing from their seeds. Tarun began to keep a close watch on his seed to see if it had grown. So Tarun, he also started to keep a close watch. Keep a close watch means to pay careful attention to a thing so that you can deal with any problem, right? So he kept a close watch. He paid careful attention to see if the seed had grown. 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks went by, but still nothing. So time passed by, almost 6 weeks, that means 1.5 months passed by, but still nothing came out of Tarun's seed. By now, Others were talking about their plants, how well they were flourishing. So, by this time, other people, other young men who had got the seeds, they started talking about their plants. Now, the seed had grown into plants for many of them. And they started talking about how well they were flourishing. Flourishing means developing, growing rapidly and in a healthy way, how well they were growing. Tarun felt like a failure, for not even a single leaf had come up in his pot and time seemed to be flying away. So now he felt like a failure. He felt as if he had failed. He had missed the chance of becoming the next king. Because not even a single leaf, others were talking about their plants. But his seed had not shown any sign of even a single leaf. Had come up in his pot and time seemed to be flying away. Time seemed to be flying away means time seemed to be moving away very quickly. It seemed as if it is moving very quickly. He just knew he had killed the seed. So he just knew that he had killed the seed, that the seed was no more, and he just realized that nothing else would come out of the seed. 6 months went by, and all the young men of the kingdom brought their plants to the emperor for inspection. Yes, by and by time passes. So, now how much time passed away? 6 months went by. Went by means they passed. And all the young men, now all the young men of his kingdom, they brought their plants to the emperor for inspection. Inspection means, yes, for checking, for careful examination. Right? So, inspection involves very careful checking. So, all of them brought their plants to the emperor for inspection. Tarun told his mother that he wasn't going to take an empty pot to the palace. Now children, because Tarun, he felt like a failure. He couldn't grow any single plant. Forget about the plant, not even a single leaf had come out of his seed. So he told his mother that he is not going to take the empty pot to the palace. But his mother told him that he must go to the emperor's gathering and be honest and tell the emperor that despite his best care, the seed had not sprouted. But mothers, they always give us the correct advice. So his mother told him that he must go, that he should go to the emperor's gathering. Gathering means that assembly, that meeting. And he should be honest. Honest means he should be truthful. He should speak out the truth. And he should tell the emperor that despite his best care, despite means in spite of his best care, the seed had not sprouted. Although he took a great care of the seed, but still the seed had not sprouted. That means it had not grown. So children, we are going to read the story till here only. Now, what would have happened? Tarun had made up his mind. He had decided that he will not take the empty pot to the king's palace. But his mother advised him in a different way. What would he do? Is he going to take the empty pot, or is he going to tell the truth to the emperor, or is he going to do something else? Maybe he makes a different plan. What does he do? What would he do? For that, you have to watch tomorrow's video. So we'll continue the story in tomorrow's session. Till then, read the story very carefully and take care of yourself. Bye bye.